besties, it's your girl, God's Beauty Israel, aka the Lady Vibe, aka Plenty Plenty, aka Gossip Betty. Thank you for always tuning in to Gossip Gala. But here's the latest tea. Our research has shown that you have probably not subscribed to our channel. What are you waiting for? Make sure you hit that subscribe button now so you would never miss out, on the latest content. If the channel grows, it means more amazing content for you guys. So click that subscribe button now.
Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? Hashtag Ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. I am Osayome Saleh. And today, Franca and I, it's like this feels scarcity. He's doing a number on us. We're solo in studio. How are you, Franca?
I'm very fine, thank you.
How was your weekend? What did you do specially?
What did I do? What? We can't say that.
You can say it on air.
On air.
Okay. Dee has joined us via Zoom. Hi, Dee. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Good evening, ladies.
Good evening. Good evening. Dee, Echo feels scarcity.
I'm greeting you back. Echo fuel scarcity. You say, oh.
Oh, oh. So what had happened was I actually got filled not this past Sunday, the previous Sunday, and we got in kegs as well for the office. Omo, when I've seen that there's no end in sight in terms of where I can even go and say I want to get fuel, because most people stayed in the fuel station from morning up until like 12:1. People still had not, the fuel stations hadn't started selling fuel. So I just told my people that, please, can you people borrow me one keg? I will return it back. My tank is back to the top, but it's not a funny thing, honestly. But I hope you're able to commute though, or you're just working from home.
Oh, interestingly, I'm actually on the island.
Okay.
But the network, the traffic everywhere is just horrendous, and I just figured that I've had to work late, and I figured before I get to the studio, I'm sure that I'll probably be stuck on the road. So it's just better to join
It's better.
virtually.
Is it better?
Absolutely.
It's better to have you virtually than not to have you at all. Uti had some emergencies as well. She was supposed to be with us tonight, but hey, we will just be managing ourselves like that. All right, so
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. Now, if you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Let me speak God's beauty English for. Please go on the link and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember to share the link, right? So it's our ladies' night out, and we want to have a conversation. Dangote Refinery, the fuel production, and what will that impact look like for us? And here's what we found as today's quote. It says, the oil industry is a cartel that controls the world's economy. This was from Ralph Nadal. Now, when we open our phone lines, we'd really love to hear your thoughts on this. But first, let's run off on a break. When we come back from that break, we want to see what we found in today's news. Thanks for staying with us now. Merchant Navy Day is observed on September 3rd in the United Kingdom. This day commemorates the contribution and sacrifices of the men and women who served in the Merchant Navy during wartime and peace. It is a day to honor those who have been involved in the merchant shipping industry, which is crucial for international trade and logistics. While Merchant Navy Day is primarily observed in the UK, the principle of recognizing and honoring those in the maritime industry can have global relevance. In Nigeria, As a nation with a significant coastline and maritime industry, the day might also be acknowledged to honor local maritime professionals and recognize their contributions to the global shipping industry. So, to all the maritime guys, we say happy International Merchant Navy Day. And today is also my twins, my Ethan and Elsa. They turned 9 today. In case you're watching, I love you. Happy birthday. I've not had the time to speak to them because they went to school when I called. They had already gone to school. They are 9. So next year we turn up for 10 years. All right, so who am I starting with? D, let me start with you. What did you find for us in the news today? D, are you there? Are you muted?
Yes, I am here.
All right, go ahead.
So my headline is fuel scarcity. Nigerians should prepare for petrol at market price. Oil marketers want. This comes from the development as the NNPCL recently agreed to be in debt of over 60 billion US dollars to PMS suppliers. And the president of the Petroleum Product Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria, Billy Gilly Harry, has urged Nigerians to prepare for a higher price of premium motor spirit in days to come, saying the prices would henceforth be sold at current market prices. Gilly Harry revealed this on Tuesday while speaking as a guest on Channel C television this morning. According to him, current prices of petrol at about 600 naira per litre may no longer be possible as the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited battles to keep the country wet with products. His stance comes as the NNPCL recently agreed to be in debt of over $60 billion to PMS suppliers. Petrol currently sells for around 950 and above 1,000 naira per litre in filling stations not owned by the NNPCL due to the scarcity. We've been shouting that NNPC has been selling product at 590 per litre. Who is bleeding? Somebody is bleeding, and we need to tell what exactly is going on. We cannot play politics with everything. Personally, I just think, saying one thing is different from doing something. And everybody knows in Nigeria, PMS is big politics. So regardless of what the party players are saying, I just feel that a whole lot of moving parts, a whole lot of the stakeholders within the ecosystem, it's all politics to them, because if it is not politics, I would imagine that they understand how pivotal petrol is to, in fact, the productivity of the nation. So to play around something like this where people are spending time that should be spent, being productive, adding to local economies, improving the lives of people. People have been sleeping in fuel stations for 2-3 days. We're talking about people not having enough disposable incomes. Businesses are shutting down because they cannot cope with overheads. And we still have this. It's a recurring problem that seems to just have no solution in sight. So for me, I'm going to conclude and say that there is everything around this thing is just political. It's as simple as that.
All right, we'll probably save some comments for when we even go into our conversation for today, because it's really tied to that. But let me come to you, Franca. What did you find for us in today's news?
Aswan Godaro says, I would work for Edo prosperity. The candidate of the PDP party for the September 21st Edo State governorship election, Aswan Ighodalo, has promised to work for the growth of the businesses and eradicate poverty if elected into power. Ighodalo, who stated this at New Benin Market while speaking to the traders on Monday, said he would also promise prosperity for all. He also vowed to ensure that those who torment the traders with illegal levies would never return to the market to harass or intimidate them again. I am interested in this. Why? Because Edo State is my state somehow, and I think I like. There's this thing about Aswan that I just feel that yes, I'm drawn to. I just feel he's about to do something right. There's this thing about him, the way he speaks. There's something about his own campaign, as much as you have the regular people around him. But I've watched him and Ifeanyi, his wife. There's just something. I just feel they're a bit real. So they seem to understand what people want. That's how I see it.
So I like the fact that there are people that have been in corporate for a very
long time, yes.
And they've run successful businesses. The only fear that I have, and I was really hoping, because we had sent letters, but nobody's responding. I was really hoping that, because there was a statement he made around how he's going to continue Obaseki's good work and all of that. And I'm wondering, does Obaseki have goodwill amongst the people of Edo State? I hope that does not dent his political journey or his political ambition for becoming governor of Edo State, right? I see him. I see that there's just a lot about him. I even like the name AI, because the future is AI, right? And you know, that's they kind of lashed on that slogan. But I'm just worried how the dynamics of Obaseki's people that are like, you know, really anti-Obaseki right now in Edo State, how that will play out and how that will impact his own campaigns and his elections eventually.
I feel he should just be treated as a person. He should have...
But you can't. But you see, I've always said that there's a history in Edo State. Even though somebody comes and annoys you and says, it's not really Edo State, almost all the states.
Yeah.
Even they annoy you, once you become governor, both of you fall out. You understand? So I don't really think Obaseki would have a lot of impact on his governance if he eventually emerges as the governor. I don't think that there would be that impact. But I'm just worried how that narrative is affecting, you know, people's, buying into his vision and his campaign.
So far, in all honesty, I think a lot of people are seeing him as him.
I don't think so.
That's what I think. That's so. People have spoken
from the few things that I've seen and, you know, few whispers that I've heard, I don't think people are seeing him as him. So I'm just hoping that, you know, and see, for me in Edo State, really, let the best man win.
Yes.
Honestly, let the best man. Edo State is so. I'm tired. I am from Edo State. I have not been to Edo State since my grandfather passed. I think. I just no. I went last. Was it last year or 2 years ago?
You went 2 years ago. I went last year.
So but before that time, I had not been to Edo State. And you go to Edo State, it's almost like there's no visible, development, especially when it comes to the road network. Like, it's just so horrible. Rain falls and everywhere is completely mudded and flooded. Come on. It's not done. So I'm just hoping I'm hoping that, because between him and, what's his name? Olumide Akpata, both of them are, technocrats. So they should be able to, but I don't know about the APC candidate because I really don't know anything about him. But between him and Olumide Akpata, they have some level of, they've done some level of, governance. So they
seem to know what it should be.
So in a, a corporate setting. So I'm hoping that they can translate that into really changing the narrative
of Edo State.
Yeah. All right, so I thought to take a lighter story because, I'm always taking hash story. They say, 1 in 4 paternity tests in Nigeria returns negative.
You're going somewhere.
Have you checked your DNA to check if your father is your father? D, have you got to do DNA?
Like broken.
D, what did you say?
I said that table had broken, finally broken.
My sister. So it says a recent report from a leading DNA test center, Smart DNA. Smart, I don't think you're very smart. I'm hoping that this your DNA, maybe you need to go check your test kit. How can you say 1 in 4 paternity tests
in recent times
has revealed that nearly 27% of paternity tests conducted by the center returned negative, indicating that more than 1 in 4 men tested were not the biological fathers of the children in question. I say yay. So this report by the center made available to Punch Healthwise also revealed that there had been a notable increase in DNA tests for immigration purposes. You know that a lot of people want to do Japa. So this surge is linked to the ongoing Japa trend where more Nigerians are seeking opportunities abroad, leading to a rise in the number of tests required for processing immigration paperwork. So the report also showed a significant geological disparity in testing, with 73.1% of all DNA tests conducted in Lagos.
73.1.
D,
Ridiculous. I mean,
Let's go and check our
I had
paternity.
No, for the Jackpot one, possible, but the 4-in-1, the 27%
No,
one.
but I want to ask though, is it possible that maybe perhaps the test centers they have faults? Because this is a big issue.
no.
Are you sure there's no sabotage going on?
No, I had read a report. I mean, this was as far back as last year. Well, I can't speak to the authenticity of that report because I don't have, all the research materials and all that, and I don't know the basis for which they did their research. But I mean, it was reported that in Nigeria there were more women who actually, who cheat more than men.
Oh, yes.
Popular opinion where exactly. So I mean, if you put that, if you juxtapose that on this paternity test thing, I mean, it just fits right in to say that. And my own people, the Yoruba people, would say that it is only a woman that truly knows the father of a child. So
True.
I mean,
True.
True.
So D, we are starting. We are starting our relationship show in October.
Really?
Of course, by the grace of God, on upgrade, we're going to start at 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. In fact, we're going to scatter everywhere. We'll break all the tables. Can you imagine that? Hey, I beg you, my children belong to their father. Their father knows them, they know them. I don't understand. How can you carry another man's child and give to another man?
No. So here is the thing. I know that that's not the topic for today, but again, you want to understand where women are coming from in this society. There's a lot of cultural pressure on women as against men. So women are more held accountable as to the fact that they don't have kids in marriage. So a woman would say, okay, you know what, rather than me go through the hassles of, someone else comes to eat the fruit of my labor when I build with a man, or I lose my marriage just because, I can't have children and all that. And again, we speak more to the problems, to the gynecology or reproductive issues of women as against the men. That part is very silent, So you have, in most cases, you would have more women going to fertility clinics, more women going to
running tests. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, but no.
Men.
But see,
exactly. So I mean, these are issues.
Get you. Okay, quickly, Franca, because we need to run. What did you say?
Okay, no, but you see that if the man is the problem, he, is something that should be addressed. So why do you need to go?
That's what she's saying. That most times, even when it's a man that is the problem, right? Society automatically assumes that it's the woman that has the challenge.
So is that why she now goes to get pregnant outside?
Of course.
So that means she's also encouraging the man to think he's okay.
You think he's okay? You're all right.
It's not possible.
We'll take a break. Oh, we are starting our relationship show, so don't worry. Farabale. We will do that today. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, tonight, we will be talking about a piece of somewhat good news. Here is the news. It says Nigeria has commenced the production of petrol for the first time in the last 28 years. Newsmen learned yesterday that the 650,000 barrel per day Dangote Refinery located in Lagos has concluded the test production of petroleum premium motor spirit and will begin sale immediately, right? Noting that this will bring much needed relief to Nigerians currently experiencing the excruciating petrol scarcity in towns and cities across the country. Dangote's production is expected to impact billions of dollars of trade in fuel market regionally and beyond, as Nigeria remains a global demand sink for fuel. Of course, receiving almost 250,000 barrels a day in shipments last year, mostly from Europe, according to the data from an analytic firm that we saw. So, hey, ladies, Who is going first? When you heard that Dangote has finally brought petrol that is as clear as this, my glass of water, I say, whoa. First of all, I was so excited because I was saying to someone today, I said the sensitivity of our cars, right? A lot of the cars, especially all these computerized cars, a lot of the challenges that we have, that you start to see those engine check lights, right? It's a direct correlation of the kind of fuel that we put in our car. You know, a lot of people are looking at that fuel and say, is this fuel or is this? That is supposed to be the grade, the quality of the grade. So based on what the reports that I read, the standard of the petrol that is going to be coming from Dangote Refinery is the European standard. Premium motor spirits. Premium. That is the real premium motor spirits. I'm happy. Finally. Because Nigerians actually backed Dangote on this.
I don't want to
Everybody talked about it. So let me hear your thoughts.
I don't want to kill your joy yet.
Wait, don't kill my joy yet.
Okay, so for me, it's a good day. And I would say that because against all the speculations, you know, all the frustration, like it was really looking like it wasn't going to see the light of day. I mean, Dangote Refinery is as much my refinery. I feel so much joy and so much pride that for a country like Nigeria, that's an oil producer nation, finally can get something right, even though it is coming from the private sector. I mean, it's going to take off so much burden. And again, considering the fact that we're not overly so lucky in establishing real capital projects, you know, this is, I think, the right step in the right direction. And I would also want to say that knowing Dangote, knowing his antecedents within the industry that he's operated, knowing the kind of companies that he run, I mean, yes, we don't know how really good their internal operations and all that, but I can say that the very mere fact that outside of the fact that we get to refine petrol in Nigeria, the second major thing is the economic boost it's bringing into play. I mean, think about the amount of jobs that will be created. Think about the number of people that will be able to feed their families. That's a number of people taken out of poverty, so to say, you know, jobless people. And the more we have jobless people, the more poverty we have, the more we have crime in the society. And as a nation, that means that there's no development happening. So for me, it's a fantastic news, fantastic. And I'm wishing Dangote, his entire team, and Nigeria, you know, good fortune, and hoping that we get to see more capital infrastructures like this.
Absolutely. So some of the highlights, I don't know if Peter can pull up some of those highlights that, you know, Business Day did a breakdown. These are the 6 expectations. That the refinery would eliminate all fuel queues in Nigeria. The quality matches that of America and any other country in the world. It is also ready to start rolling out petrol within the next 48 hours. That's the one I'm very happy about. The refinery will show the true consumption, right, of Nigeria. The introduction of Naira crude will reduce, Naira for crude will reduce the demand for FX by 40%. That was what Dangote said. And it says, lastly, it says, Franca, help me with number 6.
Your car engine will last longer.
Definitely, because now you're getting cleaner petrol. Crude. So let me hear your thoughts, Franca. You said you don't want to kill my joy yet. Why do you want to kill my joy?
Oh, what I mean is, I feel this is something that, you understand, a lot of people will fight against, one way or the other. But if we all support this, that's saying everybody's ready to, because we did still buy, I'm sure a lot of people have paid for fuel like over a long period of time. So this one they will try and sabotage, but let me not begin to think negatively because it's too early.
No, so I get you 100%. I mean, remember when we had this conversation, was it last week, when the caller called and said, all those tank farms, right, that are in Apapa, most of them, when they import products into the country, they store in those tank farms.
Yes.
With Dangote Refinery, they don't need all those tank farms anymore because it's almost like double whatever. Because would you carry the truck here and then go to tank farm and go, and you won't do that, right? But what I'm really excited for me is the fact that he mentioned, if you had listened to Dangote's what's it called, press briefing when he had with press, he said that round tripping, people do most of the people right now currently in Nigeria do documentation. They will do all the paperwork like they are importing product. Meanwhile, there is nothing. Portfolio companies. Do you understand? All of these things, right? Those portfolio companies would, of course, be checkmated. And that's where you say this your attack will come from. But you see, guess what? If Nigerians are smart, this is the best time to monitor it closely. So whoever is bringing that attack, we attack the person back. Because it means that you are part of the people that have been robbing this country broad daylight. A lot of people, I have complained several times that we do not know our consumption in this country. So when we start to have trucks going down, it's just that I'm just worried now. How this our Lekki Ekpe, this Lekki Ekpe where I don't they complain about since. So I just worry now, say how the road will be, go come worse. But I'm saying to you that if he said it in this press briefing that he's going to be able to track every single loaded trucks, then he will also attempt to track every ship that will be loaded. Because it's not only trucks that will be loaded, ships will be loaded as well. Do you understand? So all of these things will be tracked. And that is all we can do. Have you seen that video? I don't know, D, if you saw that video of Dubai, the oil industry, where the guy was taking a reporter and showing them down to the every drop, not even a liter, every drop, how the entire channel, how it goes from the refining all the way to the drop, every single drop. So these are the kinds of technology that we need to adopt. You understand? If we are able to track all these things, then some of this corruption will just have a natural burial. So I am very excited, and I see that this would impact us greatly.
Yes.
I mean, you had mentioned, Diola, that about employment and all of that. Now think about the ripple effect on businesses, right? That you're able to even access energy and petrol to be able to run your businesses. We're not having all of these long queues. And I am hoping, because I don't think it's automatic, according to that Business Day report, I don't think it's automatic that the prices of petrol will go down. But I can assure that there will be availability.
But it would even reduce the balance, the trade balance, because, they're not going to be putting so much money, now they import and all that. That would stop. On the FX, that will stop. And it would, because they spend so much money on the so-called subsidy.
What if they all wake up tomorrow? They just say dollar is now
400 naira.
200 naira per dollar. Hey,
And then guess what? This would also help in price stability.
Yeah.
It would help in the price stability because it's produced here and, they're not adding so much into the cost and logistics. So the only cost
that we'll start to get are the costs, for instance, logistics costs from Lagos to Ibadan, Lagos to Kaduna, Lagos to Kano.
Yes, those things like that. So, but let's see how, I'm sure Dangote he's a good businessman. So I'm very sure he knows he's going to be, against the lot. So he must have things in place for all that. Yes.
Let's take a break.
I also want to say
okay, go ahead, D.
Just maybe, finally, Dangote would see the need. I mean, I'm hoping so that it's part of the larger plan that, they can transport from the refinery. They can use a train network system, where they can, transport crude and whatever via train instead of, being on the road. Because in the long run, yes, it may be capital intensive, but in the long run, it's going to be so much cheaper. Because then that, okay, you're not dealing with whatever road issues. And because, again, look at Dangote. Eventually, if you have a large number of trucks on the road trying to, distribute fuel and all that, you're going to be looking at a lot of road damage and all that. As a businessman, if you want things to move quickly, and smoothly, of course he will be forced to say, okay, you know what, I take on the responsibility for this and for that and all that. But again, I mean, in the long run, and this is part of what we're saying, that in the election cycle, people should look to governors who are looking at bigger picture. Because I can imagine if a train goes through a gateway state like Ogun State, imagine the toll they can get just from that alone. But again, I mean, we're looking at governors who are just looking at the small picture in terms of what they get from the federal government, and
I don't think Nigeria is ready for that yet.
I mean, that's a whole lot.
Okay, let's take a break. When we come back, I'd like to open our phone lines to hear the thoughts of people as well. What you think about Dangote? Are we building castles in the air? Or this is actually real relief and good news for all of us? Stay with us. We'll be right back. Nigeria, by extension, Africa, is faced with a lot of challenges.
With the growing youth population and very little engagement.
That is a ticking time bomb.
We're blessed people with a diverse culture who have a lot to say.
And yes, we are talking.
It is important we drive conversations that informs, inspires, and influences thoughts and actions.
If we say there is beauty in diversity, then let us embrace our diverse culture.
We must continue to courageously be the voice of transformation.
As we are the hope for the future,
Yesterday's conversation shaped today.
What are you saying to shape your tomorrow?
We know you have a lot to say, and we are here to hear you. All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned in, it's our ladies' night out, and we're having a conversation around Dangote's refinery, you know, the fuel production and what the impact will look like. Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-8038-4663. Our phone line is also now open. The number to call is 07025007749. That's the number to call. Or 07014242420. Remember to turn off the volume of whatever device it is that you're watching us from so we don't get a feedback. You would think that Dangote paid me money for this thing. You know, the way my body is just sitting me.
Good thing.
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm so excited. But let's touch on a little bit on the attacks, right? The downside to this. And how the attacks will begin to come. And if truly Nigerians want to help in the process to ensure that this business is protected, because protecting Dangote is not only for him, it's actually for our own interest. Because now, imagine the burden. Honestly speaking, imagine the burden on dollar. Diola, your report, your what's in the news, you said $60 billion is what is being owed. And we are complaining that there's dollar scarcity. Do you understand? So now imagine us having not to even look for dollar anymore. Our naira is thriving. Do you understand? In fact, in my head, I'm thinking, how do we even replicate this across other industries, not just the oil and gas sector, and then find a way to start exporting refined products, because that is what will eventually happen. Yes. Because when he's doing 650,000 barrels per day, and we are now realizing that our consumption is not that deep, what will happen? You would have to export it. You would have to sell it to other neighboring countries.
And since it's good quality,
it's good quality, you can sell for a good price.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So how do we protect this kinds of investment to ensure? I mean, Nigerians did an amazing job. I think Dangote, you need to do a special what's it called? Thank you message to Nigerians, because in all honesty, no, it's the truth. Oh, everybody carried the matter for head. You would think that people were not paid, because it's just common sense that somebody that has spent $20 billion on a refinery, you understand?
And you said it shouldn't produce.
The last thing you're down saying is that the person, you don't have crude oil to give the person. To you know, after the person has done all that investment, you don't have crude oil. So I'm really happy, first of all, that he became a content creator. I'm happy that he went all out and he was talking on social media, because usually he does not talk.
Oh, there was
it was what
there
no,
was a lot of memes.
he helped himself. He became a content creator. He started talking like us, and people welcomed him into the fight. Because if you watch this script, this speech, if you are listening to it, you go see many thank you. He talk thank you to Mr. President Bola Ahmed. He call his name like 3 times inside this video, because you know, saying all these things now politics. Do you get? It is not so much of the fact that this guy cannot deliver. It's just the fact that somebody wants to show that I have the power. Do you understand?
And then some people don't want it to happen.
So how do we protect it? D, let me start with you. What do you think Nigerians should start to intentionally look out for? Do you understand? Oh, we lost the. Oh my goodness. So what do you think, Franca? How do you think we can protect this investment?
We as individuals.
Yes.
So we just, anything that comes up, we just the same way we fought for him when he became part of us, content creator. People should begin to take things up. Be intentional, get involved. If we're involved, I've always said it, that it's not like this government, they don't want to make things happen. It's because they feel that we are not interested. They feel that we won't notice. They feel we don't notice these things. But guess what? If half of the population begins to do certain things,
if we decide to carry the matter for head,
everybody is talking about the same thing. Trust me, there's no how they would ignore. Even if they try, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to be ignorable.
It's not going to be ignorable, because what are you going to be talking about? Just imagine how we were for like 1 month. We were hammering on the same thing. Every day you tune into this channel, we're talking about the same thing. Every day. In fact, they're going to say, Oga, these people, we need to, they would actually begin to, and I think it cuts across every other segment. If we begin, even when it's election, when it's everything, if we take it upon ourselves to say that, we're going to be intentional. We're going to make people know that we know what is expected of them. We want people to know that we know what is right. That we just ignore or act like we don't.
But we can't even afford to ignore anymore.
No, I'm saying that we used to ignore and act like, we're not interested, and we're like, this was because we trusted you guys. But now you guys have said, you guys have taken us for a fool for too long, and we want to be part of what is going on. Imagine what somebody said, that now we can actually know the content. Trust me, even the people who have slept in filling stations want to know what is happening with Dangote Refinery.
Absolutely. In fact, it is even all those portfolio companies. Hey, my God, my father. Like, let God begin to expose all of them, because even those portfolio companies, right, those are the biggest scams. Do you know how painful it is? You go and write that you imported XYZ because you want to collect subsidy money. You did not import one drop, and you are collecting money. So there's a lot. I know say scam they there, but you see, the truth is that as long as they be human being, they not be God, they will come down, because it's too much. And you know why I feel like this particular part of the business, right? I mean, this particular concern in the country, why it's going like this, is because it touches the heart of like, literally, there is nobody in Nigeria today that is not dependent of oil. The poor man or the rich man, everybody. So this is actually touching the heart of everybody. So if we are not sorting this out, do you understand? It means that we are gearing up for chaos. So I am sure that is why even the government had to back down, to say, guys, let's take our hands off this and get this thing working.
Yeah.
Because it's too much.
Well, and do you know what I think? If this works, there will be no excuse not to sort out the light issue.
There will not be any excuse
for anything. If this works, people will now begin to think outside the box. People will say, one person will just say, let me tackle this light thing. And you will see we'll begin to get results.
That's what I'm saying now. Even with I told you, I said, as it's happening here, it can trickle down across all other sectors.
Yes, other sectors.
And I wanted to even say that the truth is, people take for granted the power of media. But media is a very powerful tool. So imagine if Dangote had come out and he didn't even say anything, or he didn't even bother to use, he leveraged on the media. He went heavy. Like, literally, a lot of content creators used him as, as crews. But guess what? it showed that it worked. And this is where I want to come in with people that have, no matter how tiny your influence is, as long as you have a following, right? Pick up a topical issue about Nigeria. Talk about something. You know, let it not just be all cruise and dance and whatever. Say something that impacts the lives of people and see if things will not begin to change. Because you see, for me, the way I feel like we can tackle this thing and we can monitor it and we can put some, like, our eyes on it, it is, we are constantly talking about it. We're tweeting about it. We're doing videos about it.
And asking people what have they heard.
Yes.
You know, and so people are bringing reports. So those things are everywhere for people to
about it. Because if we do not leverage on the powerful tool called media, then we'll continue to just shoot blank shots. Do you understand? So I think that if I want to kind of like give my own 2 cents to Nigerians, that Nigerians, we were the ones that won this fight on behalf of Dangote, because a lot of Nigerians came out to talk about it. Do you understand? And because they know that if that thing works, it would impact their own bottom line, right? So the way we have talked about it, we need to stay consistent. Politicians in Nigeria, they know that Nigerians don't have long attention span. They can stay on something as it's hot, they hot. Immediately they'll say, don't worry, just give them 2 weeks. Everything will die down. That has always been the structure. Or this Big Brother, he failed.
Yes, because
fuel is life. Do you understand?
There's no light, but there's no light to even watch. But there's no light to even watch Big Brother. There's no light.
Did you see that interview of the Edo State? I think the APC, is it the APC chieftain in Edo State or something that had an interview?
No.
I was talking to Rufai and his colleagues on the morning show on Arise. He said that Edo people don't have lights. I'm sorry, they don't have DSTV. They cannot pay for DSTV subscription, because they were asking him, why have you not brought your candidates? You know, so that he talks to that other candidates had come to the show. He refused. He said that Edo people don't have DSTV money. They cannot subscribe to DSTV.
Can you imagine?
He said, so his candidate is inside all those creeks. His candidate is talking to his people and is reaching out to his people. No, but that's just an aside. But I'm saying to you that, you know, whatever it is that we're doing, I think we should leverage the power of the media. And let's not be so Nigerians we forget easily. Like, we just move on, right? The reason I feel like this fuel scarcity, this fuel matter is still very hot on the plate is because of the fuel scarcity.
Yes.
Imagine if there was fuel,
nothing would have happened.
Right? Nothing would have happened.
Everybody would just be like,
let's
okay,
now they don't increase at 1,000, more just they buy, more just they move on. That's what Nigerians are used to. We are used to just adjusting. When the things get tough, and accepting. We are used to just adjusting and accepting. I don't know if Diola is back now. I heard we lost her. Oh, okay, she's not back. So I think bottom line, those things are the things that I'm happy about. But hey, Dangote, see the 5 boy. But I'm really happy about this. I'm really, really happy. So yeah, I don't know what else I want to say about the.
Somebody send a comment.
Oh, go ahead, read the message.
Okay, let's just hope the price. Let's just hope the price of Dangote.
Leave this price, man. Read.
Let's just hope the price of Dangote will not be higher than NNPC, because Dangote's quality of fuel is of global standard, one that is better than the one we have been having all the while from NNPC. Just a case of better soup, na money killer.
No,
Charles.
So let me tell Charles, and I want to say this, that why we're having the kind of prices that we're having is because of the greed of human beings. Do you understand? It's because of the greed of human beings. I don't think it is related to the quality of the petrol, because they will still charge you the price of the premium one. But we have a caller. Good evening. Hello, you're live. Good evening.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is Pastor Ladipo calling from Orilego.
Hi, Pastor Ladipo. Good evening.
Thank you. You see, I want to ask us one question. And that question is, as Dangote cement has it gone down, how will Dangote become our Messiah now in the area of fuel? You see, this government, is very funny. APC, when they came in 2015, if you see the way they masked this Dangote refinery, they even list it, Buhari government even list it as part of their achievement. Until the man now begins to make skits and told us what is happening, that they are not getting, allow him to get crude. But what I want to wrap up tonight is this. It's not going to make any difference. The man is a pure capitalist. So it's not going to make any difference. He's not here to rule until other refineries come up. Especially the modular refineries. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Ladiko. I think we have another caller. Good evening. You're live. Hello? The person there. Hello, you're live. Okay. I'm not hearing the person. So, you know what? What Pastor Ladiko said about cement. I want people to understand that there are really a lot of factors that brings about the price hike. Do not forget that everything in Nigeria right now went up because of the price of dollar.
Exactly.
Well, let's try another caller again. Good evening, you're live.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Maureen.
Hi, Maureen.
Yeah, how are you? I'm watching your program and it's really interesting. I want to say congratulations to all Nigerians for the Dangote refinery commencement. But there's something I read today on Facebook, and it was a statement made by one of the superiors in the refinery that the NNPC and the marketers are refusing to buy from Dangote refinery, and that they might not hesitate to sell to outside the country. So the question is, why will they refuse to buy from him? Because I believe that if Dangote refinery is working well, it will give room for other refineries to be repaired and made to work. So if they are refusing to buy from them, it means that there are some cabal who does not want this importation to stop.
Thank you.
Because they are enjoying from it.
Absolutely. You're spot on, Maureen. Thank you. I think we have another caller. Good evening. Hello?
Good evening, good evening.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is Lucky.
Hi, Lucky, go ahead.
What I want to say is Dangote's name is the highest in Nigeria. I don't think Dangote will bring the price down. So, see, look at NPC now. They are selling now than 80 something. You go to 800 and something. Tinubu should do something. People are dying. I don't understand. Dangote would never bring his price down. He has not even measured the amount, how much he got to sell it.
Okay, I can feel the pain in your voice, Lucky. But let us address something. Because I feel like, when people are talking about issues around cement, and I was saying it before, that the cost of goods everywhere is a result of a lot of things. Don't forget that these people had to buy diesel at hard price to run those factories. But let's take Loma. Loma, you're live.
Oh, my dear sister, wow. You always look beautiful every day, every time.
Thank you.
And your sister, yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
See, let me just tell us one thing. Dangote, with what I'm seeing now, Dangote rolling out his petrol product, there will be no impact on Nigeria. We have seen the sufferings of Nigeria being programmed. See, let me tell you, NNPC told us that there will be the sole buyer of Dangote. Now, look at what of the party. I'm telling you, the problem of this country is NNPC. At Malik Yari, downstream and upstream sector man. Let them go away there because these people doesn't mean well for this country. I'm telling you, unless they go away and look at Dangote cement, it's very high. Now, fuel again will now be high. Which way, Nigeria? Please, leaders of this country, do what's good to stop suffering Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Loma. Oh my God, there's a lot of what's it called, skepticism around this thing, but I don't know. So I was trying to say that there are so many factors that would warrant a costing for any product. Do you understand? Don't forget that he only started refining diesel. You understand, this year. So let us even see whether the prices for manufacturing will drop, because when he's refined diesel, the price of diesel came down. Maybe not too much, but at least there was a significant drop. But go ahead.
Okay, but what I think, even with NNPC price, the so-called subsidiary they remove is still part of it. That's why people who import are selling higher than NNPC. Like in food stations. So I personally buy from NNPC because it's cheaper. So now let's imagine the cost of production in Nigeria. Production is very expensive in Nigeria, naturally. So,
but because he is the owner of the diesel, he's not buying diesel.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
But even if he's not buying,
there can be a concession with the government.
When you say he's not buying diesel, you understand? But there's a cost for that diesel.
But guess what, Franca?
So he's getting it at cost price.
Even his plants can be powered by gas, which is where the direction of the government is going with the CNG.
Okay.
Powering things with gas. Because gas has been proven to be way, way cheaper in terms of, what's it called? In terms of...
So no, what I'm think these people are complaining about, they're just doing... So nobody has the exact figure. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. But because of past incidents or past events that have happened, they are saying that... So if you notice, they are relating it to the cement, that his cement is the most expensive in the market.
Yes.
So they are saying, so why do we think that fuel with him is going to be cheaper?
But the people that are saying cement is the most expensive in the market, they did not compare that to the diesel that he brought down. He crashed the price of diesel.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm saying that he has the knife, he has the yam right now.
Right
so
now.
Even if, let's say diesel was the reason why commodities were expensive. Now he's producing diesel as well. So it is possible that he's able to get diesel at a lower cost. That brings down the entire cost of production. Because what causes the price hike in Nigeria? It's cost of production. It's a simple thing.
Yes,
it's not only Dangote. Go to every business. They've had to increase their price, some of them by 300%, 400% just to break even.
But I think some of these comments are just from a place of
it's
emotion,
a place of concern. And this is why it is actually good that callers are actually saying this. So if Dangote hears this, he understands how to address. And you see, let me tell you something. It is very important that the government is communicating. And even Dangote himself, he shouldn't stop communicating. Right? You need to communicate with people and tell people that these are the realities. And I've said this thing before, Franca. The price of petrol has always been shrouded. They did not tell us how much they're buying it. They did not tell us how much is the shipping cost. They didn't tell us how much is the clearing cost. So if he is able to bring transparency, then we can know. So if I'm telling you that, okay, this is how much I have spent in processing 1 liter of petrol, and this is how much I can sell, nobody is stupid. Nobody is mad.
Agreed.
Everybody would say, okay, yes, we understand. But not the shrouded transaction that have happened over the years.
So the truth is everybody just needs to wait, because everybody is just speculating. These people even saying that it might be higher. These are just mere speculations. So let's wait and see.
Let's take messages. They say we have a lot of main and novice. Okay, so let's see. Let's just hope the price of Okay, you've taken that one. Good evening, dear beautiful sisters. What are you saying? Let me be honest and sincere. The good news and the information is music to my ears. I am already overjoyed. My beautiful sister Uwa, may nobody kill your joy and excitement. You deserve to feel the way you are feeling now. God will bless Aliko Dangote. He is indeed God sent. This is the kind of person we need as president, because he feels our pain and applies solutions to them. Imagine that fuel will be made available in 48 hours. Nobody's talking about that. That's amazing. And fuel queues will disappear and our engines will last longer. This is enough reason to be happy for all Nigerians. My dear beautiful sister Franca made mention of If this project works well, it will solve the light issues. That I agree. My dear beautiful sister D, nice to have you back. It's been a while. God bless you all. Yeah, go ahead, Franca.
Good evening, Uwa and Franca. It's a good thing that Dangote Refinery has commenced production. But what I want to say is that let our politicians who
Franca,
have shares...
please just hold that thought. Let me take a caller quickly, then I'll come back to you. Oh, we lost him. Go ahead.
Okay,
let our politicians,
let our politicians who have shares in this refinery not interfere in making the distribution difficult. Because as long as they have given him the opportunity to produce their own benefits, which they have been enjoying in terms of its exportation, won't be possible for them to get any longer.
Just they beg or God Dangote. If you know these people, just they call them. We will help you. We will help you attack. Hey, see, you guys don't understand. It says the Dangote's emergency, if does not get a spinner thrown into it, should trigger a serious progress for Nigerian.
Yeah.
In the various areas, imagine the impact other aspects of manufacturing with other derivatives from crude. The enemies of Nigeria, in bracket Africa, globally should be shaken. May God protect and keep Dangote. He will need our prayers. And that's the truth. Finally, let's quickly take that last one.
This is laudable, but do you know, amidst this excitement today, the price of fuel jacked up from 591 naira with the stress of, if you get it, to 855 at NNPC, mega filling stations. I'm confused. Shouldn't this be a reverse? Is it too soon to worry?
No. So let me quickly say something. You see, I totally agree with Pastor Ladipo and other callers. Naim Pocket first. But let me say something quickly. You know something that is happening. If Dangote is going to be producing fuel in 48 hours, these guys need to offload.
That's what I'm
they
saying.
Have to offload
what they have.
So if they have bought it at high prices, they have to quickly double the price and sell it out. So see, let's just wait. I don't want us to be pessimistic about this. This is a good thing for Nigeria.
Yes.
This is a good thing.
With you.
The fact that we're not even dealing with dollars.
Let's see what will happen tomorrow, because now they've said 48 hours and they've increased the price, but they're providing for people to buy. That's why you're seeing the increase in price. Because I don't understand why NNPC would increase price. You know, from 591. You've always had this thing. So why are you... So what's the need to increase it now?
Absolutely. So absolutely. I think we've had a fantastic conversation. Don't worry, I am an ambassador of Dangote Refinery.
That's why you're happy. I can see you are happy today.
I have crowned myself ambassador. Please, we'll see you guys tomorrow.